Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Devashish Basu, editor of Money Life website and magazine, and trustees, one of the trustees of Money Life Foundation. I'm extremely honored and pleased to welcome Mr. P. Nataraj, managing director of KPR Mills, in this special series of interviews that we are conducting for the Corporate Governance Awards of Money Life Foundation 2021. This is our first year of these awards. Our awards are unique because the initial shortlist came from recommendations by some of the most insightful and accomplished investors in India. The list was then passed through an objective framework consisting of a long list of attributes. KPR Mill is one of the 5 finalists for 2021. Thank you, Mr. Nataraj, once again for agreeing to participate in this conversation with me and Mr. R. Balakrishnan. Bala is a Money Life columnist and a very well-known market expert with over 4 decades of experience in investments, research, credit rating, and fund management. I would like to start by requesting Mr. Nataraj to share some interesting episodes which tested your beliefs and strategies, but you overcame them and became much stronger. I think it's the stories that we can learn much more. So I would invite you to please share a couple of episodes with us over these long years that you have journeyed.
First of all, very good morning and thanks to Money Life. And I'm happy that KPR is being one of the nominee for the Governance Award. We are basically from a small village, from an agriculture family. We are first generation entrepreneurs. We started the business in 1984. As you said, in the beginning of the business itself, we have faced certain difficulties. And needless to say, first generation entrepreneurs in the beginning has a lot of hurdles and difficulties has to face in the business. So the same thing we also faced. And the first year itself, once we started the business, after 3 months, we confirmed one business with a customer in Delhi. And we started processing, we are manufacturing the fabrics. And after the manufacture of the fabric, we send the sample for approval. By the time the customer told, just I have asked only inquiry, I have not confirmed this order, just like that. This order is not placed at all. No question of cancellation. There's no order is there with me. So like that he told. And that is year 1984. Those days, the communications are not as of now. Even for to make a call, we have to book trunk call and wait for hours and even days. So like that. So just we put off the phone and we were helpless what to do. We started the business with a small capital and the order what we received is bigger than our capital. So we borrowed some money and with the capital and the borrowed money, we started that. So in textiles, either the garment or process fabric order is cancelled, that is called a dead stock. So we sold the stock at half the value and we paid the loan. And we are 3 brothers in the business. We were sitting together and what to do further because the capital has already gone and no money in hand, what to do? Either wind up the business or continue, how to continue like that. So then, we brothers, we each other encouraging ourselves. So we will continue the business. So like that, after the discussion, we decided and how to continue this. We started doing job work. Just we take the fabric from other manufacturers and we just, the quality checking. We make it and we supply it. It's called a job work. So like that, 6 months we were doing and we are able to, realize some money. So then after that, we slowly started the business again. So this is the first instance, what we learned in the business and the difficulties we faced. So after that, slowly then business has moved up and we were very cautious and careful for every message or letter. We have to read it twice before starting the process. So that is the way. Actually, it's a big learning for us in the beginning itself. So that's the way. It's 3-4 years. After 3-4 years, we are a little bit established in the business. So after that, once the business it has come on our way, what we expected. So we, from the fabric manufacturing we moved into the garment manufacturing. So that is a way. And after that, we went for backward integration. We put up a small spinning mill for the raw material for requirement. So that is the way we moved. But then slowly in the year 2004, almost 20 years, almost after our business, we reached around 500 crores turnover. And by the time, again, we discussed, okay, what to do next. In fact, basically, from an agriculture family, there is no guide for our business. Our father is a very hardworking farmer, and we have no aim while starting the business. But once we reached that level, then we thought that, okay, we have to do something like, so what kind of decision or the goal we have to do in the business. So we thought of that. See, we have almost 20 years worked in the business, and this business has to continue forever beyond generations. So that is the idea mirror from the brothers, we three brothers. So for that, what to do? So we discussed some of experts, and finally somebody as advisor to meet one of the big four, and we met the Ernst and Young, one of the big four, and we had a discussion, and they advised, what is your goal, like that they asked first. We said our goal is that we want to run this company beyond generations. Even after us, after to say 100 years or beyond that, they said some of the examples in European countries, how the companies are doing 150 years, 200 years, like that. And because we don't have any other agenda in this, our aim is only that. So we told this is our goal. So like that. For that, they said, as you have come from a village and first generation, there is something like governance, transparency, and professionalism. So all these things they explained. And in fact, these things are honestly new for us, and to understand the technical terms and all these things. And luckily, that one of the person in Big Four has been Ernst and Young. I can even happily name out Mr. Ramanand. He advised, and everything, whatever the technical things, he converted in our own language. That is to the way we understand. So that is the way he has explained to us. And it was very interesting. It's, as per our what we are thinking in the same line. So then we agreed. So after that, he said, okay, for that you have to go move on, like, so somebody on day-to-day business or something who has, if they involved into your business, so it will be more easy for you to reach towards your goal. So like that. So what is the solution for that, we asked. So they suggested you can go for a private equity investment, and we can, after that, you can go for public. But you should be that he has given a lot of time. In fact, we had discussed this for 8 to 9 months long time. And you have to make your mind to accept and adopt this like governance, transparency, all these things. And the way he explained, which is more towards our goal. So we all brothers agreed. So then after that, they brought some investors from US. They have invested. We have given, say, 10% of the company's the shares to them, and in 2006. So after that, in 2007, we came to public. After that, but before going to the public, that's why we agreed, because our goal is that. So whatever the ENY said, and the private equity investor, and luckily the investor from US, they have various business, including textiles. So they had technical experts in the textile business. There is an amazing garment business, so like that. So they frequently visit to our facility, and they just give us the guidance, what kind of the machineries, how the alliance system, and all these things. In fact, they come into deep into the manufacturing facilities, technically, how to take the quality, what is the production level, all this up to that level. Even one step further, even for the recruitment also, and top level manager personnel also, they have involved in this. And in fact, we are hand to hand, we work with that, because our focus, that's what I said, our focus is that, and they are come in line with us. So that is way we we worked. And the other way that the investor, one side is technically in the manufacturing, and the other side is the corporate side. So like the how to the form the board. So like that, even well before when we go to public issue, they themselves is guided us to form the board. So the board should be like that. It should consist some experts in various field. So our board consists of like industrialist, banker, and chartered accountants, company secretary. So like that. Even the woman director, because textile is more of labor oriented, and KPR has more of women employees from rural. So that we have taken one independent director from medical professional. So this is the way. This as per the guidance and advice of the private equity. So that is the way we formed the board. Then we went to the public issue. So so after that, I know that we went more into the garment, and we went backward integration for the setting up spinning mill. And then after that, one is garment and the spinning mill, where the raw material, and we have to process the fabric outside. So like that. Then after slowly moved into converting the yarn into fabric within the campus, and fabric into processing. So we set up a processing unit, then garmenting. So then over a period of time, we made into 100% vertically integrated company. So like that. So once we buy the cotton, we make yarn, fabric, process, printing, embroidery, everything, and garmenting, and ship the goods to the customers. So this is a way wherever the customer comes on seeing our facilities, and a lot of support from, you can say that from private equity. And with that, we are able to achieve this level. Then whenever we go for expansion, strategically we planned. In fact, the advice also, we went for the windmills. So there's a green energy. So that is also. So whenever we expand, we added a part of the project as a windmills also. So like that. So today, almost substantial portion of our power consumption is from our green power. So this is the way we establish, and that's where now today the company is having 25,000 employees, mostly of one employees. So this is a story.
So I wanted to ask you, you actually answered 3-4 of my questions, which I had planned to ask about the involvement of Blue River and what they brought to you and how they helped you and so on. Okay. But one thing I still would like to ask is that you are one of the few people I've heard talk about a business which is intergenerational. And you have given this example of Europe, but is there any sort of role model or specific companies that you had in mind, which either they referred to you or you knew about and you discussed it, that this is the kind of thing that we would like to be?
No, we have not discussed, but I have a role model, one company, that is the Murugappa Group.
Ah, okay.
So they are now, I read every news about them, and but in fact, I have not personally met, but I would like to meet them. So not that opportunity has come so far, and they are now 6th generation, and we know that their first grandfather, how he did business in Burma. They came to India, and they lost everything in Burma. They came and started so that is all stories I know, and they are 6th generation. So that is really very that is whenever about the family business, anybody, even we are importing a lot of cotton from international market. They are like Cargill, Louis Dreyfus, and Paul Reinhardt. So like various companies, all stories. Whenever people comes, I just before doing the business contract, I ask about the story. And recently I heard about the Cargill story, and totally the business is run by a professional chairman. There are around 40 members in the family. So they are running very successfully. So these are all very interesting story that inspires, because wherever when we think something, we always see that aspect. So that is the way I'm looking for. And here in so these are all outside India. we don't know what kind of the system, policy, all these things. But here is a nearby in Chennai, Murugappa Guru.
Sure.
And so their story is very inspiration for me. So actually, I am also interested to meet them, one of them, and to know about more about their story personally. So this is what my inspiration.
Sir, good morning. Thank you, sir. I think this story is fascinating. Now, I would like to just ask you stopped at the textile mills and everything. Some of my friends asked me, they said, it's a great company you are nominated, but why did they diversify into sugar? Is something which people keep asking. So that is something I think if you could throw some light on it, that will be useful, sir.
Yeah, it's good, sir. Actually, I have faced this question a number of times, even in my AGM and whenever the people call. And in fact, that's what I jokingly used to tell. Actually, instead of I should have made as a KPR sugar mill, I should have made as KPR Energy Limited. So there is a, and in fact, you know that that early in like 2005 to 2015, see, there was a huge power cut here. And textile industry, especially spinning mill, need more power. And by the time the fuel cost is too high, we cannot run genset. It's a 3-time cost. That is the reason also we are put up whenever we go for expansion windmills. And windmills runs only for 6 months. So that is from April to September. From October to March, we are running short of the power. So whenever power cut is there, we have to stop the factory, or we run with fuel that is from kerosene or something like it will be diesel, or it will be a huge loss to the company. So that is the why we discuss various options like going for hydropower or thermal power. These are all very expensive, and hydropower especially we cannot. We had to go like not so like that. So then finally this was the only option that cogen power. Cogen power where we get from out of this bagasse as a raw material, where the sugar. So actually we mainly planned for the sugar for getting the power from the cogen. So that is why at the same time where to put up also ultimately as for us sugar is a byproduct. So then at least that also where we searched various states, and Karnataka, North Karnataka, one of the highest sugar recovery area. So that's why we installed there, and for almost for 5 years till the power becomes normal, we have taken the power from Karnataka to here for Coimbatore to run our mills. And this actually what we planned, it paid little high better than the reason April to September we get the power from windmill, and their sugar starts by October. But October to March, we are able to bring the power from there. So there, where here in various other peers are not able to run the factory, or they have to pay 3-4 times the cost for the power, we are able to run the factory very smoothly, 100% throughout the year. So that was the idea for that.
Thank you, sir. I think the business part, I don't have much to ask, but I am fascinated by what you are doing in the field of education and empowerment of women. I think this is something which you are changing the lives of people for generations to come. What was the inspiration behind that, and is the family equally involved in that, or is it one person? Or just want to know.
It's a really very interesting, and the question what you have asked. I'm also very passionate to tell about this. Actually, we started in 1984. We started spinning in 1996, where the more of in spinning and garment, the more textile is generally labor oriented. And in the year 1998, we were having around 500 workers, mostly from rural areas, and 80-90% is the woman employees. See, one day when we go around the factory, one worker, female worker, came and asked my brother, as we are 3 brothers, each one is looking after certain areas. So asked my brother, sir, I am from a village. I am not able to go for higher studies, but I am interested to study. Can you help like that? One girl asked this. So then my brother came back without saying anything, because by the time suddenly I can't say anything as in the mill working, so we can't do anything like that. So after that he came and thought. The next day we all discussed, and is there any solution for that? So because we also know, whereas basically from village, we ourselves struggled to go to schools. In fact, we all walked more than 10 kilometers in barefoot to go to school. It's studied in a government high school. So like that. Almost their situation is what we were there some 15, 20 years before. So like that. So we discussed. Then after that, we discussed our, the second level managerial people. And they said, sir, we can go for some distance education. So like that. So after 1 week, we went and we called all the people, all the girls who are all want to study. So out of the 500 or some 50 people, they said we want to study. So then we had a tie-up with a university here, like Annamalai University and Alagappa University. We had a tie-up so that we had a classrooms in our factory itself, so that they send the people to take classes. So like that. So examination we took by bus to them, to some colleges where the center they have placed. They wrote the examination. So that was starting in the year 1998. Then slowly the strength increased. We also, the more both our employee strength also increased and the education strength also increased. So today, as on today, that's what around 25,000 employees are working. This year, around 5,000 people are studying higher education. So far, we have educated nearly 30,000 employees. The minimum qualification, 8th standard. If they are 8th standard who are coming in, they can complete MBA also with KPR. So that is a way. And in fact, in our HR, we have a very strong HR. We are doing almost R&D like that. Every year, what to do for them. Like, education. Before that, like we give free accommodation, subsidized food, yoga, meditation, and vocational training classes, and the higher education. So this is a way. And in fact, last year, we started campus interviews in KPR mill. Last year, we have placed 200 of our employees in an IT company. So all the people are from rural villages. It is really empowering the rural girls. And beyond business, this gives some satisfied feeling in the heart. So that is the biggest service what we can do to the people. And another thing is that we also realize that if we take care of the employees well, and they are taking care of the production quality, everything, our work also makes simple in the manufacturing point of view. So that is really a win-win situation creates here. So this. And even one point I have to share at this moment, even because of this pandemic, there was a lockdown last year, almost 45 days, where the migrant labor was a very big issue nationwide. And we discussed with our managers, everybody. We just asked them what to do. They said that we will go and ask the people whether you want to go to your native or you want to stay back. We told to all the worker laborers that whether factory is working or not, we will provide the same facilities to you. Whoever want to go, you can go. Who want to stay, you can stay there. 100% of the people said we will stay here. So we provided complete food, entertainment, education, all the things. And actually, the cost involves. But one thing, after the lockdown is lifted, almost other companies, it took 3 to 4 months to reach their regular production. And KPR is able to achieve that within 1 week. So it is really a win-win situation. We are also happy with that.
You trained your employees, you educated them, and then you placed them out to other companies if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Amazing. I haven't heard of this before. I mean, it's quite an amazing thing that what you're saying, actually.
In fact, even in the generally in industry, people talk about and how we are all struggling to get the people, and these people are KPR is placing the placement training, giving placement training, and employing outside, so like that. But actually, because of this, the people are pouring into KPR to work, because here the work plus not only money, but their lifestyle is changed.
I just want to link this to the first response you gave. I think you want the business acumen and the succession planning which Murugappas have.
Yeah.
Correct? And
Yeah, yeah.
plus you also believe in women empowerment, which I think is even more than what they believe in. So I think this is something amazing. I think I really wish this goes beyond what you are stating, and wow, this is I think a brilliant thing. So, and I think the independent directors and the investors you obviously have a great regard for. So they were with you on this sugar expansion and everything.
Sorry?
The investors, the private equity investors, were they on board with the sugar plan?
No, in fact, there was they in the beginning they objected. It took a longer time. In fact, it was like almost like they also definitely, because sugar is not a favorable industry for private equity investors, and they objected. In fact, it took almost 1 year, 3 or 4 board meeting, and practically then they also experienced it, because during the power cut we are not able to run the factory. And they also, because I said, no, they are involved in almost like a day-to-day affairs. They visit every month, so like that. So when we run by diesel set, it's 3 times cost. And when you see the quarterly numbers, whenever the power cut comes, the quarterly number goes down. And seeing that, and after that, almost we can say 3 or 4, it took 1 year. Finally, they agreed. They have, I think they have half-heartedly they agreed, I can say that. But this side also, they have seen the numbers are going down because of the power cut. And so we are able to convince, and the board also, we elaborately discussed. So finally, they said, okay.
So now, in fact, sugar is a cash cow for you because of the ethanol.
Yes. Yeah, yes. So that's why we are going for the expansion in sugar, sir. Mainly for ethanol.
So it is as good as textiles. Not
now, actually, those who are objected those days, now everybody is appreciating. It happens in business.
Yeah. On this education thing, apparently you have also this training and the facilities that you give also allowed 24 of your employees to get selected in IS exams. Is that what we got to know?
Yeah. So, but not our employees working in the company. But we have IAS coaching also. We also encouraging our employees. Actually, that is our aim. So those who are working, the rural girls, they have to from 8th standard. Our aim is to from 8th standard they have to get IAS. So that is our focus. We are putting them in the IAS training also. We are conducting coaching classes, and still our people not the worker is not got into IAS. But various like group 2 in Tamil Nadu, group 1, group 2 examination, some of the workers has cleared and they went for the government jobs. But still IAS they have not. But we have a IAS coaching for general public. So they are actually even the last recently concluded in this, out of the 36 in Tamil Nadu, 10 people are from KPR IAS Academy, and the state topper is from our academy. Sir.
Congratulations. Yeah. Fantastic.
We would like to give more focus to the education. So that's especially these are all like, the rural poor people. So that is actually giving us a job, employment and salary that's a regular for their monthly income and all this for regular lifestyle. But education for their lifetime, it will change their lifestyle, character, everything.
So this would really place you as quite a unique organization. Have you benchmarked? Has anybody else doing so extensive work in the education area as you are?
No, ours, as you rightly pointed out, it's a unique model in the industry. Even the whole of the country. I have got 2-3 awards also. Even the industry, I got award, and 2 years back I got award from Honorable Vice President of India for doing. Especially, like this kind of service to the textile industry. So like that.
Right. Fantastic. Great.
Sir, I think on business, governance, and what you're doing for society, it's incredible and outstanding what you guys are, what you are doing or KPR is doing. I just one question, if you don't mind, I want to ask. Tamil Nadu is a very highly political linked society. So, how have you resisted getting into politics from your side? Most businessmen seem to be aligned one way or the other.
Sir, actually, since when from childhood, though my father is a farmer and a very hardworking farmer, he used to tell three things to us: integrity, honesty, and hard work. He used to tell even our school age itself to the brothers, all three brothers. He used to tell that whether you can, after your studies, you can come to the agriculture field, you work here, or you go for job, because as first generation, he himself don't know whether we come to business or not. So that we are going for employment or you do business. These are the three things you follow in your life. So you will have, he is not telling that you will make money or not, that I don't know. He used to tell that you can have a satisfied life. So like that. So actually these three things, integrity, honesty, and hard work, we brothers take as mantra from our father. So we follow that in our life. So as long as like we try to do our, we follow the rules and regulations, and we are very, very, cautious and not, diverting our attention except business. So this one.
So it's very difficult to keep them also away. So wish you good luck in that, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, Bala, you have about on this related party or any other?
I have not seen much related party transactions.
But what is your thoughts on that?
That's why I think, as you said in the beginning itself, I told. So we are, our goal, we clearly told to ENY and the investor in the beginning itself. And they said these are the things you should follow. And what they have told various things, the related party also very important key factor in their list. And they said since beginning, they actually, they very, that's what I told, that's ENY and people, they used to tell that, one of the saying what they told, if you follow this, if you support the system for some time, then the system will support you for lifetime. So this is what they said. So anything in the beginning, it will be a difficult, but you should not think that is difficult. This is to achieve your goal. If you rightly follow this, then these things will support you all the time. So that's the way they used to tell. So since beginning itself, we are very careful, and we are always, made a system that there should not be any related party transactions. So that way.
Are you open to buy companies?
So far, we always gone for greenfield only. Okay. And so that's why the reason also that it's not blindly we say no, but the thing is that, when we go for greenfield, we know each and everything, whatever the machinery we buy, world class technology and all these things. Not only that, and what is the condition of the machinery after 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, like that. If we buy the project and we don't know, see, especially for manufacturing, the maintenance of the machinery is very important. Even a machinery 10 years old, if it is properly maintained, it gives good quality. If it is 2 years old, not maintained properly, it is very difficult to run it with quality. So that is, in that aspect, we are very cautious. So that's why so far we always go for greenfield.
How do you resolve fights between the brothers?
Very interesting. Actually, this is, I can say that we believe in like a destiny or something like, and with Almighty's grace and our parents' wishes, we thank. And we are all, I am the youngest in the family, and my eldest brother, who is a chairman, and there is another Mr. Sigamani, who is in the middle. And we made a, very, thin line between family and the business. In the family, my eldest brother, he is everything. In the family, we are one family as a joint family. With all, we have my brother having like grandchildren also. But among all, for any function, we all join together. And what he said, everything will obey that like that. In business, is a friends. So we fight, we discuss, we elaborate, whatever is. And in fact, that one thing I want to say, when we in the schooling, I said we walked 10 kilometers to studies. My father told it is very difficult from Agri to study all the three. So by the time my brother, eldest brother, who has completed his college education, he came back, told my brother. By the time we two brothers were at the school, he told my father, don't stop their education. I will take care of them for the higher studies. So like that, he take responsibility, and he, in fact, sent us for the college and other education. So like that. So like so this is the way. Even in the deliberation, after the deliberation, suppose I am not able to convince or I fail in that. After the meeting, when we go home, he will tell that I have given so much of education to you, not to say whatever, but not to say yes, whatever I say. You have to argue and you have to win. If you win, I will feel proud. So like that. So that is the relationship. And I pray Almighty and our parents' wishes, this will continue our lifetime and even for generations.
So which brings me to the crucial and last question.
Yes,
How
sir.
have you planned your succession?
Yeah, that's why we are three brothers, and next generation is there are three people. Three brother, each brother one, one child. So like that, three are in the business. Already they came into the business. One is around 15 years in the business, another one is 10 years, and my son just 2 years in the business. So almost 2 years meaning he is still under training. He is getting training with my chairman. So that like that we also exchange like that. My chairman's son got trained with me, and my son is getting trained with me. So with my chairman. So that is a way. There's a understanding in the family. So like that, and succession plan also. That's why we are now. I have started this in the last 6 months, discussing about the how to make the family and the business, how to carry out, how to make the board construction, so like that, and forming the trust and all these things. The discussion is going on. It is in the initial stage, and definitely we will do that. So that's
Fantastic. Absolutely terrific.
Fantastic story, sir.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Mr. Nataraj, listening to the path-breaking work that you've done, not only in business with the help of external consultants who have given you the right advice, but also in the social sphere, especially the education area. I mean, this has been one of the best interviews we've had so far. We are really proud and honored to have you. And we certainly look forward to seeing you on January 6th, the day when we are going to give away the awards. Mr. Damodar, former Chairman SEBI, is going to present the awards. So look forward to that meeting and wish you all the best. Thank you so much from Money Life Foundation.